Hey, brothers and sisters, what's up? This is the Reluctant Nabi. Alright, back again. Alright, I kept telling y'all how I'm sick and tired of how these black women have conned us into following this Christianity crap to always give Caucasians people forgiveness for the heinous things that they do against us as a people. Right? Because their form of Christianity, if we do something to them, or even if somebody make up something that we as Afro people do, you know what the Caucasians do? They say put them in jail. If they lost a loved one, they say somebody must pay and go to death. They don't even care if it's the wrong person. This is why so many times many innocent men had died. This is why also many Caucasian people, when they go to church, it's not the same kind of plantation type living that we're accustomed to. Where the woman tell you, where your mama tell you, you got to turn the other cheek. No. They don't believe in that. But they expect us to. Now, y'all look at this. You see what I'm showing you. Joshua Brown. Who is he? He was the guy in the Amber Guyger murder trial. Right? He was the main witness. The key witness, as they say. He was assassinated tonight. All right. So they've been putting up reports about this for about an hour. I want y'all to understand this. All right. Remember earlier, I put up the thing with the so-called BFM, the black woman, right? Talking about how this police shooting is different because she felt like, get that feel like bull out of here. I'm going to tell you what's going on now. Amber Guyger is appealing her conviction. That means not only did she not ask for forgiveness, not only did she sucker everybody in with all them crocodile tears, but she is still defiant to the end of and she knows she shot that dude and killed him in his house for some reason. And now all of a sudden, the key witness, he's dead, shot in the mouth. I just had to pause on that for a minute so y'all can let that soak in. Now, I will say this. I'm going to show you what the media is saying. All right. This is the guy right here. He said, so to understand this, you got one Afro man that was sitting in his house and he gets shot to death by this police officer. All right. And now he's dead. The key witness. And you would have to think that something is just not adding up about this whole thing. Right after all of this, he is shot to death. All right, these are all the people that's hugging this woman. These are all the people that's crying for this woman. And brothers keep dying at the hand of this, in the middle of this investigation. While this defiant woman, you know, that everybody feels so sorry for and crying and forgiving. How you give an unrepentant person that felt like they had the right to shoot an Afro man in his own house? I still don't understand that. I don't understand how people can turn around, well, oh yeah, no, people don't do that. Only these black people that is being led by the ear by their mama. Even though they grown men, you know, because the mama black. And they didn't put her away. All right, so they're going to appeal everything. And now the prosecution lost its key witness. All right, and so this is basically it. They heard gunshots, saw a silver four-door sedan leave the parking lot where Brown was shot, according to WFAA police. All right. This whole thing just don't smell right. I mean, y'all tell me, this whole thing does not smell right. But I tell you this much. I will tell you this much. If you are an Afro man that lives in the United States and are a law-abiding citizen, you need to buy yourself some protection. And serious protection. Because somebody is saying that, you know, these liberal-minded people have the right to take you out. All right? And don't look for the backing by some black woman. Please. Come on, y'all. Y'all need to wise up from that already. You need to wise up. We have no one on our side. We have to protect ourselves. I am fortunate. I got a passport. But what I'm saying to you is, if you don't have a passport, if you don't have a passport, then your behind might be in danger of being in a situation whereby you cannot protect yourself in your own home. Because you best be damn sure the police aren't going to protect you. Y'all don't get it. Worse, they ain't thinking about protecting you. I want to see what the Daily Beast have to say about this. All right, so multiple gunshot wounds. So he was a witness to a police officer shooting an unarmed man while he was sitting in his house eating ice cream, and now all of a sudden he's dead with multiple gunshot wounds. They saw a silver four-door speed off. So, and this is how much of a key witness he was. He lived across the hall from where everything happened. So he knows what happened. Well, not anymore, because he's dead. So after the black woman and a white man lets off the police officer, all right, after they let her off, because they felt like this would be in the bed. This is what a dead man would want. A dead man can't want anything, right? But after the police officer is let off by these people, no justice have been served. Amber Guyger, I want you to understand this. Amber Guyger, she then decides to appeal. Oh, y'all didn't know this. Y'all probably didn't know this. Let me see if I could type in appeal. So I want y'all to understand this. Fox News, Amber Guyger's team expects to appeal murder conviction. I'm not making this up, y'all. So, in all likelihood, everybody believes that this woman is looking to appeal this whole case. This whole case run amok and is foul. This is foul. This whole thing. All right, this whole thing is just wicked all the way to the end. What's up, Daniel Porter? All right, so what's up, Paul? What's up, Simplify Eddie? Daniel? What's up, John White? What's up, Marvin? Hey, Roland. No, what I'm saying to Carl Murphy, and don't use foul language on my channels, on none of my channels. And let me say this to all of y'all. Watch your language on all my videos, all my channels, and all of your content. And dude, learn to speak to people with respect. Now, you could have said, what are you actually saying? Right? And what I'm saying is, if you get a passport, at least you could escape for a little bit. You can develop relationships other places. You can have a second place to go to. You can get away from the crap. All right, but see, funny, everybody else understood that. See what I'm saying? Why is it that black people got to be so ignorant and so effed up in the mouth that they just can't address a man like a man? That's a problem. That's why you don't respect yourself the way you came at me. You don't respect me and what I'm trying to tell you, right? So you come to my feed, come to my live feed, don't respect me, what I'm trying to tell you. And this is why nobody respects us on the other side. This mess right here. Because, first off, one, I ain't going to play that because I don't talk to nobody else like that. Even when I'm telling these B films off, I'm telling them off with facts and figures, right? If I don't understand anything, I know how to ask somebody. And yes, people with passports can get away from and to start developing relationships, business relationships, community relationships outside of the United States. So that when SH hit the fan, at least they have some place to go. And the reason why this is a problem is because we don't know which, here's the thing. Here is the thing. You got conservative dudes that have militias and all the rest of that stuff. And they come together as a group. They might not agree on everything, but they agree on protecting their community. Right? The biggest adversaries I have as an Afro man is these young black dudes that don't know how to talk to anybody, that addresses grown men like as if those dudes are females or teenagers that don't know how to govern their mouth yet. Right? But here's the thing. Many of us wasn't raised by, many of us was raised by the single mama, but as we understood that we were trying to be men, we tried to do something different. Like me, the military. Like other people, they get into sports, right? And one of the first things you learn is how to think and communicate. When I played football, we played as a team, right? I addressed everybody as teammates. All right. But in the game of life, in America, when we're dealing with the so-called black community, I don't see none of these people like that as a teammate or anything. As a matter of fact, it's much worse. I see them more as my adversary that's working on behalf of the government and white people. Only they don't know it. All right? We got to learn to come at each other with just better than this. It's time out for all that hood crap. All right? And some of the times you need to just be patient and listen, and maybe you might understand something, or ask the question properly with dignity and respect to people that's trying to show y'all some things that's going on. Period. All right. A lot of people are upset at this. All right. And we can understand why the son would do it. Right. But the judge. And then when you look at the jury, when I put up the video earlier, how they were crying. Come on, y'all. Y'all know something is wrong with that. When you got the Caucasian man and the black woman on the jury that have more sympathy, understand this, they have more sympathy for the woman than they had for the victim. Right. There you go, Daniel. Eddie, like you did. You went into the Marines. I went into the Army. We did what we could to shake off that programming and do what we understood we needed to do to become men. Because we was like, you know what? I was raised by my mama, but she ain't no man. What is a man supposed to do? So we went and did that. And now we got a bunch of hood dudes where we as men are trying to show them something, teach them some things. All right. The dude didn't even listen long enough to hear that I say, if you don't have a passport and can't leave from time to time, you need to arm yourself in your house. And I said, these are for people that are oh yeah. And these are, and brothers, this is what I'm saying to the brothers. You got to arm yourself. All right. There's some wicked stuff going on. And I want y'all to understand that. There is some wicked stuff going on in the U.S. when it comes to us. All right? There's some wicked stuff going on. Who would drive by and shoot this guy? How are they going to make it up? They made sure he was outside at least this time. All right, and this is what I'm saying. I am saying that, brothers, you need to go get the paper. You need to go get a piece. Get the paper that and the card behind the piece. And I will tell you this. While I will not vote because the Most High orders my path, I will tell y'all this. If you're going to, one, we do need to strap up. We need to learn what we do. We need to learn the laws. Understand this. So we know when we can, what area we can be in or how to protect ourselves under the law. All right. And then we got to look at the NRA. All right. They garbage for us. But if we have a piece, they are less of a garbage for those that own protection. Period. And this is, we got to start thinking like in the United States, the Caucasian groups already never did trust the government. They know who their people are. Why is it after all these assaults on us, we don't know who the people are that oppress us continually? All right. When you look at the other groups, they understand and they protect themselves. You don't see them busting into the Chinatowns treating them like this. Right? And that is because of this. The people that are least likely to listen to what I'm trying to teach are, yeah, you got it, the hood dudes. The people that are most likely to fight me and try to shut down what I'm trying to teach, yep, the black hood dudes. Oh, because they're under direction from the B film. AR rifle is a semi-automatic rifle. Almost all guns that have a magazine are semi-automatic. What's up, O'Daniel? All right. All guns that have a rifle, that have a magazine are semi-automatic. Meaning that when you pull the trigger, one round comes out. And it only comes out as fast as you could pull the trigger. All right? That makes it semi-automatic. All right. And so basically, the magazine has a spring, and the bumps just everything is sprung. And well, I'm not going to get into, because this isn't that video, but an AR it's a good weapon. It's a good hunting rifle, right? It's a clean shot. But the thing is, the people are using it as a look at what's happening to us. All right, we are being shot everywhere. Let's be open and frank about this. The Afro men are being shot everywhere. The people that's doing the damage to us are not getting justice, is because they have on their side people we don't have on our own side. They have on their side the BFM and the system. Working together in concert, they will get them off. So these black women will always run up and say, I marched for you after you were dead. Right? And then they talk to us like we had y'all's back. We marched for you. No, you ain't had our back. Because you ain't with none of us. You're too busy trying to be with the Caucasian men. And I don't have a problem with that. Like I said, I have a passport. I can leave well enough alone. All right? But I do have eyes, and I do see what's going on. I do know what's going on. What's up, right, they are the foot soldiers. Right? You got it, Eddie. They are the foot soldiers. Right? We have nobody on our side. But worse yet, like that Carl dude that buzzed in here, we don't know which one of our own is our enemy. All right, the biggest battles that I have about our survival. Yes, he was killed tonight. And I say assassinated. The neighbor guy was assassinated. And one of the reports, it was reported that one of the shots were in his mouth. All right. He was shot multiple times, and then people in a silver sedan sped off. So here's the here's the story. All right. So he oh yeah, there it is, Daniel. They march while we're dead, but boycott us while we're alive. That's the black woman for us. I told you she wasn't sorry. Hold on. She didn't apologize until she went up in court. All right. Worked out her acting skills. Okay. Worked out her acting skills and be like, oh, woe is me. Hey, boa noite, Jackson. All right. They was like, oh, woe is me. Woe is me. I'm going to lose my job. I'm going to lose this thing. Never mind, you took somebody's life. She made the whole thing about how she was going to suffer. And the people were crying for her in the jury room. In the jury room. If y'all watch my videos on YouTube, the jurors were crying in tears out of compassion for the murderer. They really didn't consider, they were looking for ways to show her compassion. Never mind, she murdered a man in his house while sitting down eating some ice cream on his own couch. All right. So this is the kind of United States we live in. Let me see what this is. Okay. So this is what's going on. They're punishing witness for putting a cop away. More people are going to die or go missing. Oh, who runs the police? A black woman. A black woman runs the Dallas police. All right. So now they're telling all the witnesses in that's been a part of this, so people understand what's going on. All right, so people see this as an execution, an assassination. All right, so the Dallas police, dirty police, run by a crooked black woman on the same team to eliminate the melanated man. All right, what's up, Chuck? So this is kind of what's going on. So basically, people seem to be aware of what this might be. Okay, people are saying that another department needs to investigate this. All right, nobody, even Caucasian peoples. I mean, and here's the thing, as men, and I want to tell y'all something, as men, with Caucasian men on the right, with the Hispanic men that are legal, everybody sees what's going on. Everybody understands what's going on. All right. This is so shady. That's right, Charles. This is so shady, right? And so this is what's going on. I told you that this whole trial stank, and that everybody that was a part of it did everything they can to console this woman, patting her on the hair. Oh, she is one of us. And mind you, for your religious people that buy into the Caucasian Christianity, this dude was a devout Christian, preaching in church, singing songs and everything. So was his mom, and his mom taught his son to hug people and forgive them for doing whatever they want to do to you. And now the son is sitting up with his lawyer wondering why his brother didn't get any justice. He didn't understand that the impact of his hug was going to give the people the out that they wanted to let this woman off really, really nice. Because, you know, she wasn't going to do 10 years. All right? She was not going to do 10 years. All right? And hold on, and then I keep telling you, these people don't, that you're forgiving somebody. These people are feeling sorry for somebody that's not repented. And so they're thinking about, okay, you know what? We're going to appeal this decision. But first, let's get rid of some of the proof. So now you got witnesses just being assassinated. All right. You got witnesses being assassinated. I'm calling it what it is. I am calling it what it is. You got a witness being assassinated. There's no other thing to call this but what it is, an assassination. All right. And this is pathetic. This is really, really, really pathetic. That an Afro man cannot get any justice. Oh, if you're Hispanic, you're not going to get any justice either. You know why? If you're Hispanic, you're not going to get any justice? It's because it's going to be hard to separate you from an undocumented Hispanic person from one that was just born here and you're a citizen. You know, if you're a black man over 5'5", you're a threat. And they get to come into their house and kill you. Murder is what we call it. That's what they get to do. They get to come in. What's up, Rufus? They get to come in and murder you. All right. And now they're murdering off the witnesses. All right. And everybody is seeing this. The Dallas police force have been crooked as hell since they got their chief of police, that woman. And remember, that one woman was doing gangster poses and stuff like that. Remember that? I put that video out on my... Oh, yeah, they took that down. No, they didn't take it down. All right, they kind of wanted to block my channel. So I have that video available. But the Dallas police woman, yep, doing gangster poses, and was more worried about her weave and her do. And now you got one of the most crooked, murderous departments they got going. All right, it is what it is. I don't feel like there's a bullseye on me because of where I live. The only people gunning for me is other black people. Because they don't like the fact that I tell the truth, because they would rather live a lie. But there are many brothers that, we ain't playing that live a lie BS. All right, I'm just saying, brothers, we got to beware of what's going on. All right, we got to beware of what's going on. We have to stop taking things for granted. That things are really that well off. I'm going to tell you straight up. If we do not learn that we need to protect ourselves from others from others that look like us and this wicked system, if we do not learn quickly that the black woman is not on our side, oh yeah, you'll get people march afterwards. But we don't really have no comfort in the black woman or anything, because they don't provide that. They provide bragging rights about how they was walking in the street because they ain't have nothing better to do. All right. We marched for you. All right. And this is their claim to fame. We marched for you. We weren't with you. We didn't carry your children because we murdered most of them through abortion. All right, so we didn't carry your children. We didn't do any of that. But we marched for you. Yeah, we marched for you. Yes, we did. Because that's it. That's all they think. That's all they think we're worth. Is somebody just getting up and running out marching for us after we're dead. All right, And if you really want to be real and look at it, not only are they not marching for us, but they're marching for their own attention, marching to be seen on TV doing something. All right. But in many cases, they're marching against us. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, see, here's the thing. One of the things we keep forgetting, all right, and brothers, we got to watch out. And we got to be witnesses. Like, the police could never scare me off from being a witness to something that they did. Period. All right. That's why we got to protect ourselves, brothers. Brothers, we have to protect ourselves. We need to invest in protecting ourselves. And we need to do it as a group, too. You know, and by a group, I don't mean we don't need no militia or nothing like that. We don't need to take it that far. But we don't need to see, hey, what's up, Medorma? We don't need to see the militias as our enemies anymore. Because the militias been not trust the police. They have been not trust the police for a long time. They never trusted the police or the system. I want y'all to look at that. The militia, we laugh at them. A bunch of Caucasian men that don't trust the police or the government. Now, you got to ask yourself, what do they know that we don't? And if you really look at it, they're not the ones doing us in. Now, some of them work for the police. But all these unions, police unions and all of that, what party do you think they for? Y'all need to wake up, start asking the right questions. You need to protect yourselves. Or you need to move. If you are conservative minded, you need to move to a more conservative minded area of the United States. You need to leave places like Dallas alone. You need to leave places like California, period, alone. You need to leave all these places alone. Because at the end of the day, everything is going to be a cover-up of cover-ups. All right. And everybody's reporting on it because this whole is more, this is very unusual. All right. Now, I'm going to say something. If the judge was being fair and didn't want to sway the jury, when this dude asked to hug Amber, because he didn't know what it was, she should have said, no, that is not allowed. But being a good Christian woman, all right, it's okay to not get justice for Afro men. Because, again, the black woman never gave a damn about us anyway. For most of us, we were nothing but a check. For our seeds, we're lucky if they bear them. And unlucky if they have them. It's a catch-22 always when dealing with these women. All right. And now we're looking at the system not only failing the guy that died, but now questionably taking out the witnesses so that when this woman goes for an appeal, there will be nobody there as a witness, just in case the judge says that the appeals court say this needs to be retried. All right. Period. In the video I put up today, this woman admitted she intended to kill this man. That's why the jury said that they had to give her the murder case, because she admitted that she intended to kill him. When she shot into his house, she shot to kill. All right, understand this. This should never have happened with him coming off the stand, the witness stand, to hug this woman. Period. The judge should have said, we're going to wait till after the trial, after the sentencing phase, then you could do that. The judge probably knew and understood that this was going to let her off easy with the jury. Nobody judged her for the crime. Nobody gave the man justice. Everybody was more concerned about the feelings of that Caucasian woman who admitted to herself that she intended to kill that guy. Understand it. And he did what he did because he's young. He did what he did because that's what his mama told him he had to do. Because that's what the pastor told her that Jesus would want. And the mama's now upset because they didn't get, she's probably upset, they didn't get justice, and all of a sudden they're taking out the witnesses. All right, so let's see what this is. Let's see how fast it takes them to find somebody guilty of this murder. Man, that police union is something else. The triads don't got nothing on them. But anyway, this is where we are. We are in a place where I'm telling you, brothers, you need to get protection for yourself. If you live in any of these counties that's had a lot of these questionable shootings, at least when you're in your home, have protection. I do. Yep. That's what I'm thinking. This is going to be one of the mystery cases because it was probably, everybody is thinking it was the boyfriend, married dude that was messing around with this chick. They're thinking he offed him. But we don't know because police know how to cover their tracks. All right. But we don't know what's going on. But we know something is going on. All right. So the question is, Malcolm X's grandson assassinated in a place where the cameras were turned off at the time of his. Yeah. See, who has the key to turn off cameras? Street cameras and stuff. And then miraculously get them turned back on. All right, so there was something wrong with this trial from the word go. From the word go. Here's the Twitter thing. I want to know what News One has to say about it. Let's take a look, see what News One have to say about it. Boa noite, Tata. Como vai você? Eu não vi você para muito longo tempo. Estou aqui no Brasil. E agora eu fico no hotel no Duque do Caxias. O Duque de Caxias. Tudo bem? All right. So let's see what TV1 has to say about it. All right, Botham Judge's neighbor who testified and has been. So let's see. Okay, this is where it is. All right, y'all, look at this. This is why I said assassination. All right, notice at least these black reporters are going to report it. Joshua Brown was shot in his mouth and chest. He was exiting his car at his apartment when he was ambushed and shot at close range. His mother asked my office to help out who murdered her son. She suspects foul play. He had no enemies. He worked for oh Lord, another one of these black dudes that worked for a living. Do y'all see a pattern here? Okay. Botham Jean was, now I want y'all to understand. I want y'all to understand, y'all need to go and look at the videos I put up today to hear the black juror talk about it. But the black juror was like, well, Amber was not like the other police that shoot black men. Wait a minute, she was worse. She shot a man while he was sitting on his couch eating ice cream. But what made her shooting different is that this man there was no way that you could make up that he was in an act of doing some kind of crime, that the police were called to his home for whatever reason. She just went up there and shot him in his house. All right. And now another working Afro man has been shot getting out of his car. Wait a minute, y'all. So what do you think? He was shot in his mouth and in his chest. Is that somebody telling him he should have kept his mouth shut? Think about that. He was shot in his mouth and in his chest. Y'all tell me what's up with that. He was shot in his mouth and in his chest. Y'all ponder that for a minute. Moment. Tera, onde você fazendo amanhã? All right. I want y'all to understand this. He was shot in his mouth and in his chest. Let's take a look at that again. See if we can glean more from it. Listen to his thing.
I can't say I seen him. I heard him and then.
Okay, when you say you heard him, what do you mean?
Heard him singing every morning.
Okay, you heard him singing. What kind of things did you hear him sing?
Gospel music, Drake.
And your door is directly across the hall from where Mr. John's apartment is, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And so in the morning, were you inside of your apartment when you heard Mr. John singing, or outside of your apartment?
I'll probably hear him when I come out, lock my door. I'll hear him.
Okay. So from in the hallway, you can hear his activities inside his apartment. Mm-hmm. Yes? You have to say it out loud, I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, question?
Yes. Very good. Thank you.
So that's how close he was. So when he heard the shots, understand? So when he heard the shots, when he put, I mean, he's mainly the one that put her away. Okay, so it says Joshua Brown, the next door neighbor, Botha Jing was killed last night after being shot several times by an unknown assailant. An ADA has confirmed that it was in fact Brown who was killed, although they have yet to identify a suspect or motive for the shooting. The case is now in the hands of the Dallas police. Well, whoop-de-doo, department. So the Dallas police get to they get to investigate probably one of their hit jobs. Who knows? All right. Brown lived in constant fear that he could be next victim of gun violence, either state sanctioned or otherwise. Understand this as I read this. Brown lived in constant fear that he could be the next victim of violence, either state gun violence, either state sanctioned or otherwise. We have more work to do to deal with this constant threats to our community, both from within and without. Brown deserves the same justice he sought to ensure that the Jean family. So they're asking the Dallas County Criminal Justice to mobilize. Y'all, this is pathetic. All right, this is pathetic. All right, I'm going to say this. What's up, Maurice Chandler? I'm going to say this. All right, why would this dude be worried about being shot before he just got shot? I'm saying there is something crooked in Dallas with their police. It's been run by that crooked woman, but she gets to do it because it's a political thing. She was so bad that the Hispanic officers didn't want her there. But she's still there. And now you got a bunch of Afro men dying at the hands of the police. or other nefarious entities. All right. I'm telling y'all. We don't know who they're going to set up for the fall. But this stinks to high hell. All right. I'm just saying, brothers, you need to get yourself protected if you live in some of these counties like this. And if I was some of y'all, I would move away from that. But I will say this. One of the biggest problems, the other big problem with our community is them people up in Dallas are still going to be giving Jerry Jones their money for entertainment in the midst of all of this, because those people don't care about the Afro men either. And guess who they are? A bunch of Afro men. All right. I'm just saying. Sooner or later, y'all got to get sick and tired of something. Sooner or later. All right. One, what's up, James Moore? I'm just saying this. One, you got to protect yourself. Two, as I showed you, the guy was shot in his mouth and in his chest. He was shot again, I repeat, in his mouth and in his chest. Why would somebody shoot somebody in the mouth? That's a message. If Keenan Ivory Wayans were here, he would have popped out behind me and said, message. All right. This dude was shot in the mouth and in the chest. And if I was a witness to it, I would tell everything. Because I'm sick and tired. I don't even want to live in a world that's this crooked. So if they take me out for trying to make it better, I don't have a problem with it. Because I don't want to live in their world. It's wicked. It's full of wickedness. Why would I want to stay alive in this wickedness and watch y'all benefit off of wickedness? All right. I'm tired of it. So I speak about it. I try to do what I can for the communities where I go. But I'm tired of it. My question to y'all is, I know many of y'all that listen to me, y'all probably are, but my question for y'all to ask the other so-called dudes that want to get smart and come to me not speaking properly to me. Because I don't care what language you use or how you say it, you don't curse me. You got to have a little more dignity in that. Don't come at me like that, because I'll shut you down. But ask those dudes like that, you know, the Pookies and them. Aren't y'all tired of this? Well, aren't you? Y'all let me know what y'all think in the description. Well, just let me know what y'all think. And let's keep this conversation going. All right? We can't trust the women. We can't trust the system. And we damn sure can't trust police in certain areas. All right? Dallas is one of them. All right? So with that said, people, I'm out.